time as ever.
Something's looking good.
Oh, my poison bomb just lasts longer.
The more you can stack that, hey?
Yeah.
I was trying to, like, spread everything around all my different skills, but I think I just hate my somersault skill. It's just, no matter how many perks I invest in it, it sucks.
Yeah, I just go all in on one move if I can, or like one kind of type of move.
Yeah.
Come see my wares.
Oh, but now the new perk for my somersault looks cool, and so now I'm absolutely falling in the trap of I'm doing it anyways. It leaves a bunch of bombs behind when I jump.
That might actually be good for you, though.
Hopefully that crosses the necessary barrier.
Hey, you there?
I like my Thieves Guild thing. Did you invest in a common or a fancy?
I've just been investing in getting as many commons as I can. My fancy is terrible, too, so I should invest in it, but I don't know. My commons have been kind of just bad. I've got one that's like, health regenerates slowly if only one chunk of health is missing. It's like, well, that's not useful. I got the one that makes me immune to burning, which is actually really good.
I can't even tell how often the things that are happening on screen are actually burning damage, but it seems useful. Hey, on this run, having money actually matters, because I super definitely
needed it
to buy things.
You might as well carry another salve with you and just hold on to it.
Oh, I already bought an elixir. Another salve probably would have been better. I still could. I still might. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, might as well. I'm actually gonna save my purples as well. I think I'm gonna try and unlock another slot for them. My things aren't great, I just like the sound of having like a maximized loadout. Oh my god. Got stomped pretty hard there.
Yeah, those guys stun hard. I think they're dumb. Like, they can walk into a damage zone and not realize that they're under attack.
Have
so
you noticed if other enemy types will, like, walk out of it?
No. None of them will intentionally walk out of it, but for those guys, they only come to attack you if they see you. And so, you might actually be able to shoot them outside of their vision range. I don't know if that would do anything.
I do have that, like, extra range now. And these suicide bomber guys, I'm realizing, will hurt other enemies. So if I shoot them and activate their bomb before they get to us, they can end up blowing up all of their buddies. So that's been really fun to take advantage of.
Not super useful for the melee characters.
No.
Super good for us, though.
Yeah, that's a good reason to have a mix of company, I suppose.
Yeah, though the melee guys are just going to eat the explosion anyway, let's be honest. Hey!
Interesting.
I do kind of like... you know what? Again, Left 4 Dead. I'm seeing all the comparisons now much more clearly.
You can have that.
The fact that you're not allowed to double up on characters. Like, you picked that guy, so I couldn't. It makes them, like, rather than, oh, you're the generic barbarian, it's like, no, you're Abigail, the specific character.
Yeah. I hope they add more. I realize this game probably didn't catch on enough to justify it, but I'm liking what I'm seeing.
It is always a shame with the early access model. It's like, you can see the ambition. The devs clearly have something really cool they're trying to do. And if you don't somehow, by luck of the draw, become virally popular, you kind of miss that chance, and suddenly you're going to 1.0 2 years early.
Yeah. I could see this game taking off later.
I mean, there's totally an extra demand for things that people can play in online multiplayer right now, so I would have my fingers crossed.
What's a game that you've played over the years that died in early access, and you're just kind of hoping they somehow miraculously come back?
That's a very good question.
So
I don't
I've got a
know if
lot
I-
of those.
I don't know if I have any particular horror stories where I'm like, man, why did no one love this game as much as me? What are some that come to mind for you?
Cavern Kings is probably the one I will point to the most, whereas like super promising, kind of unique roguelike, kind of did the Downwell thing where you just well, I don't actually know if Downwell has an end. I think it might. Cavern Kings didn't as much. It was just go until you're dead. But the whole thing would like scale wildly out of control, power-wise. So eventually you're shooting shots as big as the screen, and they're just destroying everything in your way, and it's super good.
But there wasn't an endpoint, so eventually you just have to pull the plug, or the enemies
Or
was
you just
similar
get insta-gamed by something. But like, you know, that was still a half-hour run of just absolute nonsense. It kind of had the same feeling as Risk of Rain, but without the ability to end your loop. But yeah, one day the developers just stopped putting out updates, and then a couple months later we're like, yeah, we just don't have enough money to keep going. I'm like, oh.
I would rather a developer be honest about that than being like, hey, we've done it. This is the end point we always had in mind.
Oh gosh. Yeah, it's what is it? Space Station 13?
Doesn't even sound familiar, no.
What was it? That was the oh shoot, what was it? Who's Tim Schafer? Double Fine, there we go.
Double Fine.
Yeah, it wasn't Space Station 13, it was something.
Space DF9.
Oh, Deep Space, yeah, Space DF9, there we go.
Interesting.
Oh, man. I love Tim Schafer. I gotta say, that guy's bad at running a company.
Oh, he's terrible. He's good. He is the kind of guy that should absolutely be, like, the second in command to somebody that is a competent business manager.
Lead game design on, like, all their game projects, or, like, director, or whatever you would call it, and leave that to other people, yeah.
We're looking for an explosive dispenser.
Oh, yeah, it's one of those carts that you have to,
it's one of these. Oh, I had no idea. Sorry for not helping. I've just been looking for an explosive dispenser the entire time.
Oh, that's probably super confusing. You probably went to the area where it came from.
Yeah. And so I've just been wandering aimlessly. I mean, shooting things, but don't stand next to the cart. Oh, maybe that didn't hurt you?
It didn't, which is very lucky, because that was very stupid of me.
I just saw a red circle. I'm like, okay, that one's dangerous. Run to the monastery. This is a go.
Yeah, the DF9, that was a really bad example where I feel like early access was pretty new, and they were like a really early example of a game that I think their intended experiment was like, hey, we'll fund this game start to finish through early access. And so the starting point was barely a demo. And so no one cared. The game flopped. It was dead in the water before it even... I don't know. That was a disaster.
By the way, this is a, like... this is run to the finish, I think. I think the enemies are endless here.
There's a lot going on. They also had Massive Chalice. Did you try that one at all?
I never played that one. I own it, and it's on kind of my like to-do list of someday maybe, but it just heard that they kind of ditched it. So
it sounded amazing. I was like, I love everything you're telling me about what this game is or what it's going to be. I want it. I'm going to play it. And then, like, they released it after the Kickstarter, and they were like, just kidding, it's a Kickstarter and an early access, and also just kidding, we're ditching it. Oh, I need to be picked up, I'm dead.
Okay. Let's see. Let me try.
I hope I develop myself.
Can I offer some assistance?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, great. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I don't know, that game just, again, they clearly were trying something. I guess maybe someone's got to make that mistake to act as an example to everyone else, but it seems like they make a lot of big mistakes.
Well, they sold out to Microsoft, which is probably going to be exactly what they... Maybe this isn't like a race to the finish.
It might not be.
Do you want a quick scoot back? Maybe it was just get to that gate. Because, yeah, we're not
can
getting
move
inundated by
in case
dudes
of one
anymore.
of those, like, Thieves Guild chests hanging out.
Yeah. I think I
I
got
might
the
take
last
this
one.
self-improvement.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have
What?
anything useful here anyway.
One of them is permanently increase health by 300.
Yeah, go for it.
That's
I've kind of skipped that one because I'm just like, I don't know if I need that. Might be more useful for you.
I've needed it so desperately. That's the exact perk I've been hoping for.
Interesting.
Good point about the Microsoft buyout. I feel like people were mad about that. Like, what a bunch of sellouts. And it's like, well, no, it just frees them up to make their games and
Yeah, not
brings
have to
in
worry
more
about...
experienced people.
And doesn't put Tim Schafer in charge of the business decisions.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Wonderful
might
writer.
still, but he'll have Microsoft to be like, no, what are you doing?
Yeah. I do. Okay, I'm sorry. I just ran off in a random direction, seeing if I could like go find this chest, and now I'm a mile away from where you are, and I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I don't see endless enemies really spawning, and we are considerably stronger than we were.
That's true. I also just found another self-improvement thing,
Go for it.
and I'm going to invest in movement speed. I kind of want you to see how fast I am now. It's
Oh, wow.
Kind of whenever I inevitably meet back up with you.
I just see
now
you
I-
go by on the map.
Oh,
Or
really?
Not the map, the ring, and it's just like, yeah, that's pretty fast.
This is amazing, actually, because now I'm just kind of finding chests everywhere. I'm gathering up all the gold. I'm finding those purple things everywhere. I'm getting just the one, no other tomes of improvement since the other. But like, I don't know, this footage is going to be insane because I'm just doing so much. It's too bad my character is so weak and terrible. You didn't move on to the next area, did you?
No, I think I'm retracing your steps now.
Okay. I stopped even trying to kill anything because it just was slowing me down.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, my dodge roll is pretty dang fast.
Oh, so if you just keep using that, you can kind of cruise around the map?
Yeah, it's not nearly as quick as you're zipping around, but
What? I also just noticed I have this. I think I noticed it earlier, but didn't understand it. My character has a thing called head count, and so every 20 enemies I kill, something happens, and it's very unclear what that is.
it
But
increases
something.
your attack speed and some other stuff, but it gets reset whenever you take damage.
Oh, okay. I take a lot of damage, so I probably have very rarely capped it out. I won't invest in that perk. Instead, I'm going to do scattershot, which means I shoot 3 arrows every time now.
Yeah, that sounds really good for you.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
I fully crossed the threshold of this character is like very fun now.
This is the race to the finish.
Okay, I'm right behind you then. Well, I'm attempting to be. Here is an argument to have left click, right click for moving and attacking, because I keep accidentally attacking things.
Oh, this is almost trivial.
I think we really camped it out. Like, the fact
Yeah.
that we're at the capped level 8 is, like, absurd.
We were same level last time.
Were we? Man, did
Yeah.
this ever feel more stressful at this stage?
Oh, did I just reset my grenade? I did. Whatever, I'm not using it.
Oh, your little, like, extra
I
item?
swapped a full vitriolic grenade with a not-so-full one. Oh well.
I should really... Do you want the banner? Because I'm probably going to
Not
change
really.
up my stuff now.
I honestly, I don't know what I want. I want my gyroscope from last time to reset my cooldowns, but even then I'm not sure if I need that.
Where?
Yeah, the banner just is useless for a ranged character. I don't know why I've kept it this long. I'm just gonna keep upgrading my base attack.
Hey, you
every
there?
every fifth bolt of mine explodes, but it counts my 3 shots as 3. So every second shot, one of my bolts explodes.
Wow.
That's a really awesome like combination. Actually, I'm impressed with the way that this game is capturing that feeling of Diablo, where I don't know, every new thing is like exciting, and I'm like, yes, this is awesome. I can't wait to add to that and build on this and explore more of that.
Hop's closing now. Good luck, fellow
Oh
survivors.
crap! You started the next area, and I hadn't spent any money or anything.
I am sorry.
It's okay. I was just kind of, I have like full health and everything. It shouldn't be too big of a deal. Good to know that you can.
Yep.
infect
So
it.
watch out for the poison on the ground.
Oh, we have to worry about enemy poison all of a sudden.
Yep.
I don't know how we're gonna distinguish yours and theirs. Wait, yours I guess
mine
has
is a gas cloud.
yeah, and
theirs
they
is-
have puddles. But even so, from like a color perspective, that doesn't give a lot to distinguish.
No. Mine's also huge.
Yeah, your radius. You must have jacked that up a few
Yep.
times.
Massively. I was like, I'm just gonna go for big range here. And this was not the wrong choice.
No, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from your character. I just keep walking into a room, usually like a little bit late, and there's
Nothing left.
the entire thing is just gas already.
We're definitely getting a lot of the... Oh, watch it. We're getting a lot of the meta currency, which is nice.
Right. Yeah, the fact that now that it's really easy to just kind of run through the map and collect that stuff, it feels less limiting. But we totally missed the Thieves Guild thing last time, I think.
Oh, we did? Yeah.
I mean,
Hey.
whatever. It's just like a slightly better chest. It's not that crazy.
Healing salve for you, by the way.
Oh, where? Oh, great. Thank you. Although, I think I'm kind of out of the woods. My confidence is enormous. It's suddenly a joke. My explosive arrows, I'm hitting numerous enemies. This is a blast of a run.
I'm right there with you. I started this being like, man, I just kind of want to go back to the melee characters, and now it's just like, nope, I paid the tax of everything being crappy, and now we're good.
I like that way of thinking of it. Bandages can just get out of here. I find so many bandages, and they just do nothing
Don't need
for
them
me.
anymore.
No. I swapped to the teleportation boots in case you find more of those.
Yeah. Let's see.
Not-
You must have found the ones that I had passed up on.
Oh, yeah, probably. Not that they're that exciting. I mean, I'm probably going to ditch them as soon as I find something else, because with my move speed, I can just run.
Yep. I was kind of hoping they'd be more of like a temporary speed boost that you would pop, you know, last X amount of seconds. Whoops.
That seems like it would be more useful. Probably when you stack them, it would be like it teleports you, and you have 3 seconds of a speed boost.
It was 1 second from what I'd seen, and I mean the cooldown was short enough, so it probably has that.
Not now. Now I can't commit to anything. Now I'm doing the vitriol orb.
Hey, that's mine.
Are you? Do you have that?
I
one
still
maxed
have
out?
it. I don't use it. The problem is it's just like a bad version of my main move, so it's like, well, I mean... But yeah, I am super indecisive.
I stopped using skills because I could plow through things too well with my base attack.
Ow. I'm dead. Can you help?
Oh, really? Oh, crap. Okay, I'm running over. Sorry, I was, like, investigating my perks. I had ran off into a... Who knows where I was. Oh, stop attacking enemies. Just revive, just revive.
Hey, doll, get up.
I'm just gonna tank the damage and get you up.
Okay. Oh, wow. That hurt. I have no HP now.
Yeah, I think I feel knocked down a peg. Because now all of a sudden I'm mostly running on temp health.
There are, we gotta be close to the end, I think. It says reach the crypt, so we're getting close. There were 2 mid-bosses in there, and I was just like, if I can nuke them, I'm good. And I did, but it was a little bit more fatal than I was expecting.
Right.
Because one of them got me with the,
One of those moves
net,
where
and I
they
was
like
just sitting there waiting to die, and it's like, well, this is fun. Maybe the boots? Maybe the
these
boots
powder kegs everywhere are very dangerous. I think I got rid of most of them.
Okay.
No, so many of these rooms still have the powder kegs. Watch out for that, because they kind of cause a lot of chaos. But
I don't know if I trigger them.
it's very fun to shoot them, because they kind of go rolling, so you can roll them at enemies.
Okay.
Do you need an elixir at all? Because I'm sitting on one that I could hand out.
Nah, I would just lose all that HP. I need a salve, but we'll get one of them soon enough. Because I have endless temp HP. As long as I don't get ganked by a mid-boss, I'm effectively immortal.
Right, that seems to be your core weakness, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 for 2 on mid-bosses just showing up to ruin me. Oh, there's a chest in there that I missed. You know what? I guess I'll go for the 7 league boots. I wonder if I can go back and grab the other one.
I've totally lost track of where anything is. Is there a way to turn on a mini-map?
I don't think so. I wish this game had it. Anyway, they're over here.
Interesting.
I would be down for it to introduce the map in a way that you have to, like, find the map or buy it. Maybe pay for it at the shop.
Or if it was just a utility item that you had to equip.
Oh, I guess it very well could still be that. We just haven't done that. Okay, if that's what it takes to get a map, that's
just
probably
the
a
light
good
navigation would be lovely.
It would make sense to have it as one of those bonus things because it's super not necessary. It would just be nice, and so you make those sorts of trade-offs. At some point, this character became better than my last one.
Interesting.
There's a little bit of like
probably the triple shot with the explosive shot.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, that would definitely be the point. I just kind of had a soft spot for the first character because he was the first, and so I was unwilling to admit to myself that this character is better. But it's officially the case. It's very fun. I've actually been looking for a new action RPG to get into. Like Path of Exile is such a commitment, even though it's a very fun game. So the fact that I can pick this up, play it for an hour, work towards some larger goals.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I feel like it might have a bit of a short... I'm not going to say a short shelf life, but it's not the kind of thing you could put a whole lot of time into for, like, a month.
No, I'll probably play every character once, twice, a few times, unlock some cool curiosities. But overall, it's gonna become repetitive.
Yeah, that's inevitable. If they had more bosses and, like, environment types, I could see that being good. But this... I'm getting a strong Castle Crashers kind of niche out of this, where it's game you load up, maybe get some drinks with friends, roll through it for an hour, maybe 2, and then you shelve it for a month until maybe there's more content, or you're just bored enough again that it's attractive.
It's time.
Yeah, we gotta find bombs.
When I really think about it, because I feel like I played that game when I was like I don't know, 17 with some friends, and I was like, this is incredible. If I really thought about it, it probably isn't that great of a game, is it? It's just like good for what it is.
Yeah, it's a solid party game with a decent amount of humor and enough variation in what you can do that you can go through it like a couple of times, do something slightly different. You know, it's like, hey, I want to go archery this time. I want to go full melee. I want to go magic. I want to go defense. And just like, just enough of that comboed with these character special abilities. We might have needed to leave those explosive barrels alive.
I didn't want to interrupt what you had going on. You have to come over to where I am.
Oh, cart again?
It's this thing that generates explosives, and I can't pick them up because my interacting and my attacking are both
It's okay.
bad.
I've got the movement speed boost while carrying heavy objects, so this actually works out really well. Gosh, you were spooky.
By having them both map the same thing, my only option was to attack the barrel. I didn't feel like changing my controls for that one thing. That's a consideration for the developers. If someone has attack and movement both set to left mouse button, it should be overridden when you interact with the quest item.
F also lets you interact. I don't know if you've messed with F.
Oh, you know what? I've totally noticed that is an option, but I feel like then it scrambles where my fingers are in the keyboard and I panic, and it's just been easier to click. Here I am pretending I've made some grand consideration that the developers didn't. They've absolutely covered their bases.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Even with the tomes where I was just like, hey, what about this? They already had that.
Yeah.
Still not finding your thieves' chest. I kind of wish it actually had a marker. Kind of like the, Oh, I wonder if that's a high-end item.
Oh, maybe.
I would absolutely pick up an item that's just like shows you where every bit of loot is.
that could. There's like that third tier exquisite. That's appropriate.
The burning witch. Oh, free.
Burning witch. That those little matchups don't last long.
Nope. I like the idea of them,
Bandage here.
but they're kind of weak and too scary for me to want to leave them alive long enough to figure out what they do.
That's true. They're really. I can see how they attempted to add some fanfare to it, like your characters comment on this big cool new enemy, but they're usually dead by the time sentence is done being said.
So I'm gonna quick scoot through and look for any loot because we've run out of level.
Yeah, might as well try and get some like extra gold or anything if we can.
I was just hoping we could find your secret thieves chest.
Yeah, it's very exciting to track that down, but the maps are very large at this stage.
Yeah, and they're just samey enough that it's like, have I been through here? Maybe, probably.
There's a welcome amount of variety to the textures and everything, considering that it's all randomly generated. But yeah, it is just samey enough.
Well,
the way that I have that other perk that like highlights.
Oh, I found it actually.
Oh wow, okay. I'm so far away from you. I went totally the other way.
Okay, I'm right towards the end.
Oh, great. The way that I have that marker when I'm within 50 yards of the wellness shrines or whatever they were called, I wish the thieves' chest came with that.
Yeah.
The random chance is a little much. so far away.
Yeah. Well, it could have been worse. You could have been slow.
Can you open it?
Nope, can't open this container.
Oh, interesting.
Healing salve here.
Oh man, does that ever dish out a lot. It's so worth it, actually.
Here, I don't think I need any more.
Oh,
so you
there's
just
a
grab the
salve there, though, I think.
Oh, there is?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
I hadn't really paid much attention to the names of the different perks. This one to increase attack speed is knife juggling for clumsies.
That's special. Weird
Actually,
old tips to get rips. That's one.
Each thing has like a flavor text too that I've been ignoring, like bandages not included. That's pretty funny.
With great power comes great mayhem. Tip number 7 will surprise you. Ugh. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I got totally caught up just reading all the little extras there. I even noticed that the curiosities have like orange text for each of them as well, but they seemed quite lengthy. I didn't feel like reading.
Yeah, almost feels like the kind of thing you load up on your own.
Yeah, oh yeah, if I was playing solo, I would for sure like read every sentence of it. I love flavor text in games. Oh, I have so much, because I didn't spend any last time. I can actually unlock a new fancy slot and a fancy thing. So I'm going to do that.
Shop here.
My new one is the white armband. You become invincible for 20 seconds after being revived.
Huh. I'd say that'd be useful, maybe on a harder difficulty.
Yeah, I can see how there's a total risk of, like, probably whatever killed you might still be running around doing damage.
All damage output is increased by 30% as long as your health bar is full. Man, it's like this game expects me to be healthier than I am, and it's insulting.
Do you think having temp health all the way... I guess, you know what, even if you did have that all the way to the max... it wouldn't be anymore within 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
I'd
don't
have to
get
play
a ton out of that, I guess. I'm gonna grab like a couple healing things. Oh, I'm also realizing we're at the boss. It's not gonna.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're ready to go. How fast do you think he's just gonna die?
There's only the one boss.
Yeah.
He was.
Manfred.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess it's my responsibility.
Oh, I haven't even bothered with my ults in a while. Just blast a bunch of that out all at once.
Okay, he's actually not dying that fast.
No, I thought it would be a little bit more like comically fast, and I probably shouldn't just stand there and take all the damage. But it was fun to just use every skill I had.
Yeah.
Not like a non-stop stream.
It's not like he lasted long enough. Well, I'm just heading for the exit. There's nothing left for us.
The little mini revenant showdowns and the actual boss itself, I think, could use some beefing up, because neither one was difficult.
No. I think the mini bosses are more just kind of random risks. It's kind of like how a lot of the special undead in Left 4 Dead, except for the tank and the charger, almost all of them go down in maybe only a couple of shots, and I think that's what they were going for. But yeah, they don't feel particularly impactful, unfortunately.
We say that, but I think the only times we ever fell were when we ran into the Revenant, so I guess that could be. Ah, you still got more kills than me. I guess I wasn't particularly useful until, like,
halfway through, yeah.
Yeah, the area before the boss, basically. I do like that I get the opportunity to look at your full, like, perk tree and everything in case I wanted to see your run in more detail.
Yep. I went all in on the poison grenade and nothing else. And it worked great.
Wise choice.
All right.
Oh, I don't know why I thought there was 6 characters in this game. You were totally right.
Huh.
Okay, I would probably set her down there for now. Maybe someday.
That sounds good to me.
With it, when the game's updated, or if more people want to play.
Yeah, I could definitely ping some more people. I would have, but I figured since this is our first time working together, I'd go without. But I will probably actually reach out to some people and see if they'd be up for 2 hours in a week or two.
Yeah, cool. I'd be back on board. That was fun.
Yeah, that was.
All right, nice hanging with you, man. I'll
Yeah. Yeah,
sign off. I'm
nice
not
meeting you, I guess. Super. The first collab is always the weirdest.
Right. The first time I played Don't Starve Together was like, let's not record just in case, I don't know, get a feel for things. And like to this day, I regret that is not a recorded thing.
Wish you recorded. Yep.
So now I know I don't make that mistake anymore.
Oh, interesting. So there's a legacy game mode that is the non-roguelike version that they still have as an option. I like that. That's cool.
That's really cool, actually. They clearly have an intended way they want people to play the game, but they left the other one available just in case.
Because I think they were originally selling this as more of the Left 4 Dead style, and adding it and switching directions to be a roguelike midway through development might upset people, so leaving legacy mode in there for those people so they don't feel like they got scammed. I like that. I wish more games did that. Not that a whole lot of games do this hard... no. There was a game I played a long time ago that was like a open world survival game that just switched to Monster Collection halfway through its development, and it was not good, and I missed the original idea.
Oh, that sounds like a pretty hard switch, yeah.
Yeah.
The only example I can think of that did it well, I think, was Darkest Dungeon. They had a huge pivot at one point where it was just mechanic swapping, not genre swapping, and people were like, oh, it's totally different now. And the developers were like, oh, yeah, sorry, we'll make it a toggle. You can play either way.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I think the main thing was just when you killed an enemy, it would leave a corpse and occupy that slot. And turning that on or off was a thing.
Yeah, and that was a major thing, too. Oh. Either way, this is super fun. Thank you so much for, I guess, being as determined to making this happen. Because I know I'm a little hard to get a hold of.